All right. Well, I was supposed to do a video this week on AI stuff and the AI that I use. But as I told you when I first started this series, we're going to keep it in real time. And something happened in the last few days that I need to talk about. And this is for everybody that's on the internet, anybody that does videos, if you're another agent. This is just something to be aware of, something that just happened to us. So I started this channel, I started my main channel about 5 years ago. And in the beginning, I got my wife to help out. She's much better looking than I, and I've always said she should be the face of this channel, but she never wanted anything to do with making videos. But she was nice enough in the beginning to help me out, and probably the first, I don't know, 6 months maybe that I did it, she was in a lot more videos than she is now. Now you just see her at the very end of the videos as kind of the sign off. You know, I filmed it again quite a while ago, but I like how it looked. I like the backdrop, and so I use that at just about the end of or at the end of every video that I do still to this day. So in one of those videos she did back then, it was about moving to Montana, like a lot of them were at that time. And in the very opening of the video, she said, if you're thinking about moving to Montana, here are the reasons why you should. And then went on with the rest of the video. She was also on the thumbnail. And again, she helped out a lot at the beginning, or she did a lot more video at the beginning of my channel. So that brings us up to just the other day. We were notified by some people that Angie's on this nasty video, and I mean nasty in the subject matter. Um, the guy sent us the link to the video. We watched it. Well, it was this white supremacist guy. And of course, it's some anonymous, profile. So we don't know who it is. And what he did was he took the beginning of that video of my wife all by herself. Luckily, there's no name on it, but it's her. And it just says what I said. It says, if you're thinking about moving to Montana, here's all the reasons why. And he took that clip and he overlaid it on top of all his white supremacist stuff about how many hate groups there are and, you know, how many minorities live in Montana and all this. And then, you know, that was the video, and it just kept, the longer you kept it up, it just kept replaying. And, very disturbing because clearly we are not in support of that. We never gave him permission, obviously, to use that. And, I know that the internet there's a bunch of crazy people out there. And, you have to, I guess, we've never had anything bad happen until now. So we got to kind of take the good with the bad. But it really affected my wife. She's just feels horrible and, feels exposed, and, all of the feelings you would get when somebody steals your likeness to promote something you have absolutely no agreement with and would never agree to support that. And it's just, again, it's the bad side of the internet, that somebody can just steal your content and reuse it like that. And, so we obviously reported it immediately to Instagram as, hate speech and all that. And it came back right away, within the hour saying, nope, it's fine. It didn't break any of our community standards. And so we're just like, what do we do? So then, I called, there's all these companies now, since obviously we're not the first ones that this has happened to. There's a whole industry out there now of companies that'll try and get your stuff off of the internet or off of Instagram, whatever you're trying to do. So I called this company and they said, oh yeah, we can do it. You don't have to pay up front. And, we can do it's $2,000 if we get rid of it. And then there's a 10-year, guarantee that if they repost it. But again, why should we have to pay all this money for something that somebody stole from us? Um, but he did say that, there's another way to report it, and it's for copyright infringement. So we filled out that form and showed the video that the guy stole it from, um, copied his video on there. And the guy at that company told me it'll probably take a week to 10 days for them to make a decision. He said, we reported it the first time that Instagram probably gets, a million reported posts every day. So they don't even have humans looking at it to begin with. It just goes through their, whatever computer. And if it doesn't notice any bad words or, terms, it's not actually viewing it, it's just listening, I guess. And, if it doesn't hear anything, which it wouldn't have on that one, it was just my wife talking and then the rest was graphics. They just let it go through or, reject our report and they keep it up. So with this copyright one, an actual human being looks at it, and everything I've read, it says that they will take it down. I'll keep you posted on that. If they don't, then I guess we're going to be out $2,000 to use this company to do it. And I guess I wanted to make this to let everybody know what's going on. So if somehow it ends up in your feed or someone shares it, or, obviously we did not support this. We did not give permission for the guy to take my wife's likeness. And, we do not agree with everything he has on his page. And that's the other thing. You look at his page and it's full of, Ku Klux Klan stuff. And clearly everything on the page is a, hate group kind of thing. And why that is allowed on Instagram, I don't get it. You would think with the technology, they could, even without humans, figure out what type of page this guy has. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video to let everybody know what's been going on here. Um, like I said earlier, I'm trying to keep you guys, in real time, following along with my brokerage, what we're doing, you know, everything, the good and the bad. This is clearly the bad. Um, but like I said, just wanted to warn you that this is something you need to, I don't even know how you can protect against this. I mean, you really can't. If you're going to put yourself out there, this is the chance you take. Hopefully Instagram gets it taken down and this can all be behind us. But this is one of the bad things about being online, and just wanted to give you guys all a heads up. And um, if you're thinking about doing videos, way more good things have happened to us because of these videos than this one very bad thing. So I'm not knocking making videos. I know my videos have helped a lot of people. Um, so I'm going to keep doing them. I doubt if my wife will ever get back on board with it, but I don't blame her. So anyway, that's what's going on. Just wanted to make this public service announcement. Next week, we will get into the AI stuff, everything that I use, how helpful it is, and it's pretty incredible stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.